Hello everybody and welcome back to this tutorial, and this is the last part of actually our reverse shell, or basically of focusing mainly on our reverse shell. And right here we will code our help options to prompt the user, and what we will do after that is we will try to implement a keylogger to our reverse shell, so not a specific keylogger that will be a standalone program. It will be rather implemented in our backdoor, and then we will with two different actual commands run the keylogger and stop the keylogger. And then afterwards, once we do all of that, what we will do is we will actually try to create another server. We will not be coding anything in the reverse shell anymore, but we will try to create another server which will be able to accept multiple connections at once. And then we can navigate between the sessions and choose which target we want to actually compromise at that moment, which is basically a command and control center. You can then use it further on to perform DDoS attacks, or something like that. It's most likely used for that, since you gather multiple PCs connected, then you send the same command to all of them, and then they start doing what you want them to do. But more about that later. Right now what we want to do is go to the reverse shell. And all we can do right here is code a simple string, which we will send to our actual server. We can code it right after the Q option. So then we will have else if command equals to help. What we can do is basically just make a variable called help underscore options, and that variable will be equal to a string containing all of the current options that we have. So we will use triple single quotes in order to be able to actually create a multi-line string. So I will show you how this works. What you need to do is, first of all, let me just check it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also here I need to tab it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it can actually be in the same line. And the first thing we want to type is download path. Now this download is the function, and then path is the path that we want to download from the target PC. Okay, so, and we can do it like this. Download a file from target PC. All we need to do is right here, use the same for the upload. So upload and then the path. And then we can use 2 dashes and then arrow. Upload a file to target PC. The next thing is the get URL, which is our download function for downloading the file from the internet. And then what we want to do, download a file to target PC from any website. From any. Now, of course, you don't need to actually name all of this as I do. You can just name it whatever you find easy and start path. Or actually, did we code the start? Let me just check right here. If we didn't, we will code it really fast. Okay, so it seems that we didn't. And what start does is basically it will start a program without us waiting on a single program to close before continuing. Now, what I mean by that is, for example, I will just explain it in theory right now, so we didn't actually compile and run it just to show you. But basically, just imagine that we ran the reverse shell, and then as a command, we send to the target start notepad. Now, if you can see, if I open my command prompt and actually run that command, start notepad, it will start a notepad. But if we did that from our reverse shell, it still would start a notepad, but also it would actually block on that notepad, and it will not allow us to execute more commands until that notepad is closed. So we would need to wait for a target to actually close the notepad, and then we will be able to actually continue executing commands. Same for the example calculator. So start calc. It will start the calculator, but then still we wouldn't be able to execute further commands until the target actually closes the calculator. What we want to do is actually be able to open programs, and as soon as they open, we can actually execute more commands right after they open without the target needing to close them in order for us to continue. So we will use a subprocess library to do that. Don't worry, it is a rather short function. we will just code it right here, right beneath the screenshot function. So else if command, and then first 5 letters equal to actually starting the program. So start. What we need to do is try to open the program. So make sure to always use try and except, because anytime, for example, the user of our server can specify the name of the program wrong, basically they just mistype the notepad name, and then our program will crash because you don't have the try and except rule. So make sure to always have it, and we will use subprocess.popen for opening the actual process, and we want to open the process named from the 6th letter, from the 6th character till the end. Of course, the 6th because start has 5, and then the empty space 6th, and then goes the name of the program. And also we need to make sure to specify shell equals true. And then we can send to our target, so the server actually receives something. We can send reliable underscore send, and we can send started. Simple as that. And all we need to do is in the except rule just send fail to start. And that is the entire actual start function. So plus, or not plus, we need two exclamation marks, or you can use a minus, whatever you feel like it. And then failed to start. Okay, so that part is coded. So right now we can add it to our actual help settings. So dash dash start a program on target PC. The next thing we want to do is screenshot. So screenshot, take a screenshot of target's monitor. The next thing is the check. So check for the administrator privileges. Did I code that correctly? Hopefully that is how you pronounce privileges. Doesn't even matter anyway. And the last thing we want to add is the Q command. So Q is equal to closing the connection or exit the reverse shell. And all we need to do, since we opened the triple quotes at the beginning, we need to close them right here in order to make this a string. As you can see now, it is a multi-line string. And then all we need to do is send the actual string to the server. So reliable underscore send help options. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, this should be it. And right now, if I save this and we compile our reverse shell with the same command as usual, and we go right here and plug our USB drive. Let's wait for this to compile, and then we will first check the start function that we just coded to start, for example, Notepad, Calculator, Explorer, and so on and so on. And then we will actually get the help options, or we can just do in reverse, doesn't even matter. Let's move our reverse shell to the USB drive, media root Kali live. Okay, we can unplug the USB drive now. Open it, paste the reverse shell.exe, run the reverse shell.exe. We don't get any error, that is good. Now, until that is running, we can just delete all these files. So remove this, remove build, remove reverse.spec, and let's run our server right now. So first of all, let us try for the help command, so we can get the help options printed back. We got everything. Let's type who am I, works, and then help, and here are our help options. Let's try to run some program, for example Notepad. If I just type start Notepad, it says started, Notepad is still open, and we can still execute commands further on. But let me just show you what I was talking about. If I just close this Notepad and instead of start Notepad type Notepad, it will still open the Notepad, as you can see right here. But right now I need to wait for that Notepad to actually close, as you can see, to be able to get the shell back and execute more commands, as you can see. Instead, I can just type start calc for starting the calculator. It will print started and it will open the calculator, and then I can start on Notepad as well, and so on without closing the previous programs. And let's press Q in order to quit the reverse shell, and everything works properly. So, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. What I will show you in the next video is how you can compile this program in order to make it more believable and in order to make your target actually open it. We will see how we can create an image out of this program. It doesn't have to be an image. We can create something as a PDF file or something like that. So, hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!